go ahead and do this video because right when I was trying to go to sleep, I felt Hekate show up and try to put hell realms in my head, in my consciousness. What she'll do is she'll put a tube inside your head simply by putting her finger right there and touching it, and then placing all sorts of hell realms with multiple dimensions to it in there. I actually found where her consciousness is. She attacks people through her consciousness. People talk about how she takes on multiple forms, like Baba Yaga, or whatever the fuck they call that, and all of that. But really, she attacks through her consciousness. The key to defeating her is to attack her consciousness. Use 12,000 hertz frequency to attack her, as well as 165 hertz frequency. Those are the keys to destroying her consciousness. And there's plenty of other frequencies that you can use to be able to destroy her ass. But anyway, somehow she's done placed herself as my highest self. I don't know how that happened and why. But with that being said, I've been trying to remove this bitch as my highest self ever since. From what I understand, some of my higher selves who I left in another timeline decided to place her as my highest self. And ever since then, she's had easy access to me. She also placed herself as my highest self in this timeline. The reason being, I hate to say it, in large part, is because my consciousness is so infiltrated and compromised. At times, I don't know what it is, but I attack my own spirit team, my consciousness, through intrusive thoughts, which is hard for a human to help. And I've tried to explain that to my spirit team at times and see if they could come up with a form of protection to suppress that. Because we humans have intrusive thoughts and it's hard to control that. And when you're so close to the astral realm and so close to death as I am, believe me when I say my consciousness is near the point of not just my consciousness, but my astral body, my astral self is at the point of death. I just reconnected with her, one of my higher selves tonight. It's hard to control your thoughts. Now, with that being said, I'm on the cusp of defeating this curse. I'm getting closer and closer to defeating this curse and getting these entity attachments off my ass because they're the key to me getting attacked. Earlier today, I sat down and I used my third eye to do a lot of, I don't want to call it soul searching. But I used my third eye to try to do a lot of inner searching to find where these astral parasites come from. And I can't piece together where they come from. I know that their realm. I remember, I know that they placed their hell realms in Malibu. And I instantly Um, wow, man, I got a lot of fucking spiritual work on top of trying to break this fucking curse so I can make money. That's in large part why Hekate wants to be my higher self, so she can block me from being able to make money. I hear her after taking over my higher selves constantly saying, we need to make money. I'm going to block you constantly in life. I'm going to block you and block you repeatedly. Anyways, I figured out that being said, I was able to see that these things derive from outer space somewhere. I believe from Mars. I'm not really sure. You know, as a matter of fact, right before I woke up, I had a dream about them. And somebody in the spirit world was showing me how to defeat them. They're very, very conscious. They're very, very sentient. This is more than just, from what I understand, Barbara and David Reina have a lab in the astral plane in which they use to be able to create these entity attachments. I tried using my third eye to peruse the astral plane to see exactly what's going on. And I had a really, really hard time. But my spirit protection, as beleaguered as they are, were able to get rid of a lot of them, including removing a lot of the entity attachments until getting down to the main ones, which seems to have been based off of my higher self, which was a baby. They all seem to derive from that. They all seem to be entity attachments based on my higher selves. Like I said, we all have roach realms within us and on the exterior of us, but these roaches somehow are super sensitive. So I've been trying to get down to the nitty gritty of where these things come from. Now, with that being said, in the course of doing this, I nearly got taken over literally by pilot number. We're not just talking about him injecting his consciousness into me. We're talking about full-on fledged uh, uh, we're talking about full-fledged possession, where I felt his consciousness come into mine. That's how dangerous this shit is that I'm dealing with. It almost came down to the point where my consciousness literally overtook mine. With that being said, a lot of this shit is happening. A lot of these attacks are happening because Hekate does a lot of evil motherfucking things in the spirit world. And I meant to correct her motherfucking ass and put her in her fucking place. From what I understand, when she inhabits the consciousness of black people, she's very, very deliberately fucking evil. With that being said, from what I understand, the key to defeating this bitch is to destroy her consciousness. I was able to find where she was located at in the astral plane. She uses a white and yellow energy signature. That's her actual energy signature. Destroy it. It's usually on somebody's back to be able to defeat this bitch. Blow it up. When I destroyed her consciousness, and this is the part that really kills me the most, I released a lot of my ancestors from her hell realms. I'm going to show you how it looks. With that being said, I found out that this bitch was doing spells on me in the astral plane because she had the ashes of my grandmother, a very, very pious woman who she kept in the hell realm in her head. This is the actual real Hekate. Hekate is a hateful motherfucker. Her name should not be Hekate. It should be Hate Kate. Hate Kate. She works in tandem with them roach attachments to attack me. From what I understand, that white supremacist ass motherfucker got together with Barbara and David Reina, as well as Rosie, that girl who stole my timeline on August 22nd, 2022, to keep my body, my spirit body, my energy body, my soul, constantly to a point near death, to where I can never put myself back together again. And I've been at the rudimental part of my soul consciousness ever since. Trying to fight off this shit right now. I've been stuck in the mental plane in my own head ever since because of this fucking curse. And this bitch has taken steps to try to hide my ass in the astral plane. The way I was able to defeat her was, in large part, was by removing her consciousness from Barbara and David Reina's consciousness. You know, as a matter of fact, to go to show you how racist this bitch is, there's a Native American that's involved in this. His name is Michael O'Terrence. He came up to her, wanted to work with her to destroy me. Next thing I know, I hear her telling him, I don't work with spics. I don't work with wetbacks. That's what Hekate say. Hekate don't like Mexicans. She thought he was a Mexican. Hekate don't like Mexicans. That's another thing. When she in the head of anybody of color, she gives them a hard time. You know, I woke up early this morning and felt her try to establish her hell realms in me. And I'm like, nah, bitch, I'm not having it. I freed all my ancestors, every motherfucking thing. I have been looking for my ancestors in the astral plane for fucking weeks. And I couldn't find them. They were all over. But anyways, this is a very sinister bitch. Yeah, I just saw flashes of light just now. Like a big fucking flash, a big swooping ass flash. But anyways, with that being said, I went through a lot yesterday. woke up early in the morning, and I was being harassed viciously by these astral parasites with Pilot Number saying to me point blank, "How dare you not feed us?" It's very, very important that I get rid of these things and I get them off my ass. Like I said before, I've been having a significantly hard time financially to the point where I can't make money at all. It used to be I can make a little bit of money here and there, you know, because I was able to hold back my blessings and all of that, my money, my spirit money. Now I can't do that. I see Hekate trying to put my money on fucking blast right there. I'm gonna be honest with you, I listen to these astral parasites, I listen to them gossip. And I heard these astral parasites say that Hekate was once a living, breathing woman in ancient Greece who was very, very poor, an old woman. She takes on 3 different forms, but that ain't just the gist about that bitch. Like I said before, she uses consciousness to attack people. And she tried attacking one of my higher selves as a child, baby, and tried destroying her after dominating my other higher selves. My spirit team the other day was able to walk out she was able to walk out these astral parasites, because when you have them in your head, they create a lot of problems. Like, for instance, your consciousness is only as good, the gods that live within you is only as good as your consciousness. Hekate, not Hekate, Hekate was going to try to, okay, this is how these astral parasites are. After putting myself back together, I woke up in the middle of the night, destroyed again. My consciousness completely destroyed again, back at point zero. So, with that being said, I heard that these motherfuckers plan on putting me on a path where my consciousness is constantly being destroyed and me having to rebuild it. As part of placing me in hell realms, as part of Hekate's plan to place me in hell realms, and I believe David Reina as well, so I don't get my spiritual powers and spiritual abilities and my just what's rightfully mine back. This is an evil curse. Anyways, I woke up in the middle of the night and I felt the entity attachment that connects you to your higher and higher selves and all of that. I felt Hekate's energy signature on it. I feel her energy signature. On it. I don't know if it was originally mine or what. And I knew that my connection, the one that, that serves and acts as my connection to my higher selves and highest selves, had been removed. Hekate's trying to remove that shit right now as I talk. She's putting entity attachments. These things like to play games, mind games with you. That reminds me of Saul, these astral parasites, these roach attachments I got. They like to play damned if you do, damned if you don't scenarios with your head, with your consciousness. They were telling me that if Hekate takes over, she's going to remove all of my consciousnesses, blah, 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 and recreate a whole new one in which she can control. From what I understand, she's a control freak. She likes to control people. And what I understand, the bitch said, oh my God, I'm tired. So with that being said, I wake up and find a lot of my spiritual abilities, a lot of my consciousness, all of that gone. And that's because, see, I tried calling on Alodamare, but because my consciousness is so ragged, David Reina was able to take over. The Alodamare entity attachment living within me. So with that being said, I was able to woke it back. Now I'm going to tell you something right now. When my higher selves, when my spirit guides started getting rid of these astral parasites, you could hear a fucking whatchamacallit drop. My spirit guides, my higher selves were able to handle business. The business that I shouldn't have to handle with the unseen. I shouldn't have to deal with that shit. Should never have to deal with this. Never. Just I'm dealing with the shit right now. My poor higher selves and my spirit guides were trying to, rightfully so, put me out the spirit plane so that my thoughts can't attack them, can't fuck them up inadvertently through intrusive thoughts. And these entity attachments, these astral parasites kept trying to pull me back in, pull me back in, pull me back in. This is some nefarious ass shit that I'm dealing with. And it's not something I can afford to deal with right now because, I can't make any money at all because of these things. I got too many fucking evil ass spirits on me creating blocks for me in the astral plane. I've had people try to collect spirit money from me and all of that, but it's not going to work because I I got all this evil shit on me that's done piled high and high and high perpetually to the point of fucking, keeping. No, you press that shit, white bitch. Talking about, can you press that? Get the fuck out of here. I don't take no fucking orders from no fucking white bitch, man. You got me fucked up. Can you press that? Black people don't talk to them motherfuckers like that. I just heard in the spirit realm that was Hekate saying that shit. Oh, God, man. Shit. I gotta get this Hekate white bitch off my motherfucking ass, man. I'm hearing in the spirit realm that bitch don't like. Oh, Lord, I'm tired. As I was saying before, I heard in the spirit realm that she don't like it when blacks ain't subservient to whites. There was some other stuff I wanted to share about that bitch, too, on how to woke this motherfucker. But big thing is, the key is to attack her consciousness. She got all sorts of hell realms in her consciousness established for people she done turned into sacrifices whom she feeds off of. She put the Bali, Baba, whatever the fuck they call it, Yaga, Baba Booey, in me, entity attachments of them in me, in my spirit guides, my spirit team to a degree, trying to fuck them up. She tried removing all aspects of my consciousness. I totally forgot. There was something else I wanted to share. I'm wondering, I know she a spirit and all of that. How this bitch can do that 24/7? The real one. One thing I want to mention is it seems like she's using roach attachments. From what I understand, she made a deal with Palette Numbre to reproduce witchmacallans of himself to attack me. That's exactly what's been happening. I've been getting attacked like a motherfucker perpetually with him being used to attack my consciousness. She also uses her prior victims to attack people as well. I'm trying to think, there's some more stuff I want to share about this bitch, but it'll all come back to me. I'm gonna do an article on this bitch. I can't stand this motherfucker. She needs to be taken out the motherfucking spirit plane for all perpetuity.